What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. You can see the bandage up here, man. I challenged, the kingdom for the throne of Black Panther, man. I challenged and lost. So, I gotta wear this now, you know what I'm saying? So don't even trip, man. Don't even let it distract you. I challenged for the throne and lost. Everybody knows about this sequel, man. It's highly anticipated. What they gonna do? What's gonna happen next? You know what I'm saying? Black Panther is one of the biggest movies ever. So now they coming with the sequel. Marvel is on the ropes in terms of, critical and, from the public, they just kind of like, they really wasn't on board with Thor: Love and Thunder as a whole. A lot of people were disappointed by Doctor Strange 2. I happen to like it. A lot of people didn't like the Eternals. Marvel is kind of on the ropes, and people are feeling like they're losing their touch. That's what everybody's saying. So now the pressure is on Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The reviews are good. I said an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, but a 95% audience score. Audience is loving it. People are hating on it because, they're critical of it because they feel like T'Challa should be recast, and I don't believe in this or that and the third and this, that, and the third. They're going in wanting to hate the movie. I'm giving credit where credit is due. Black Panther 2, and I'm gonna do a spoiler review in the second half of this. So I'm gonna just give you the gist up front. So spoiler alert for the second half. But right now you're good. They bring back pretty much most of the cast back. Daniel Kaluuya's character is not in this sequel, but it's pretty much the story of how did they move on after the passing of T'Challa, and also how did they navigate a conflict with a person they had no knowledge of his existence, and his name is Namor, and he has a whole underwater kingdom that they never even knew about. Now, the plot revolves around, America and the UN are they're always trying to get that vibranium from Wakanda. And they're mad at Wakandans for not sharing it. They're like, yo, man, y'all being selfish. We should get in on some of that. So they think they found another source in the ocean, and that goes into Namor's jurisdiction, and it's going to be problems. So that pretty much gets him on the radar. And kind of in the conflict with Wakanda. Also, what are we going to do with the throne? T'Challa's mom is the reigning queen while, T'Challa is passed. His sister Shuri is in a place of, she's just burying herself in work, and a lot of people respond to grief in different ways. Some people shut down, they lay down, they cry, they don't move, they get paralyzed. They just, cry, they don't eat, they overeat, whatever. Some people bury themselves in work. Some people deny what happened. And with Shuri, she's burying herself in work. It's like, she don't want to sit still for a moment. And I, too, know grief firsthand. And for me, I feel like I probably dove into work while also standing there taking the grief in. So this movie is very much so about grief and loss, and how people deal with that, how you move forward with losing loved ones. So that's at the core of this movie. And once again, Ryan Coogler puts story before action. And, with Marvel has done a good job with their villains. Say what you want to say about Doctor Strange 2. Having the Scarlet Witch be the main villain in the movie was a genius move. And it made the villain more compelling because we already know what brought Scarlet Witch to this. We know that. So it gives a richer, context of why the villain is doing what they're doing. Even with Thor: Love and Thunder, you felt why, the God Killer was doing what he was doing. Granted, I feel like they kind of rushed some of the things he was doing to lead up to his conflict with Thor, but I still felt like the villain was compelling. And in this movie, it's the same. It's like, all right, you kind of feel Namor on why he's doing what he's doing. He's not just doing it because, I'm evil, I'm bad. Marvel has painted yet another three-dimensional villain, if you want to call him that. So I think Marvel and Ryan Coogler and the writers did a good job at conveying that once again. The original cast, Okoye is my favorite yet again. Okoye Mbaku is back, played by Winston Duke. The original players all came back, except for Daniel Kaluuya's character, which I feel like they didn't really need. You know, no disrespect to him as an actor, but he wasn't one of the strongest, characters in the first Black Panther, so I feel like him not returning wasn't that big of a deal, in my opinion. And I feel like he probably wouldn't have served the story too much anyway. The performances are great. Angela Bassett is fantastic. Her arms, man, let's talk about the workout. Angela Bassett, what is your arm workout routine? What you doing? She got to be on set like, yeah, in between takes. She got to be in her trailer just doing this. Her arms look incredible. She looks like a queen for real. She looks like a queen for real. I buy everything hook, line, and sinker. Tisha Wright does a fantastic job. I know you were hearing stuff in the news about the vaccine and her getting injured on set, and all of that fades away when you see the performance. The ensemble cast delivers another good performance all around. That's what made the first Black Panther so special, in my opinion. The story was so rich and so strong, and the characters were strong. That's what made it one of the better MCU movies to this day. The story was so good. The performances, you had so many different characters that popped, and it was just like, man, this is a good time right here. And now, we have new characters and new villains, and it's just like, I'm rocking with this right here. The story is very much the focal point of this movie. The action, once again, is the Achilles heel of Black Panther. The action is good, but it's still something to be desired from an action standpoint. I'm an action guy. I love action. I love a good action sequence. And when I look at comic book movies, I'm expecting good action. Even though they got a good, solid story at the focal point, I want that action to be dope. And they do have a dope action scene in the middle of the film that really excited me. And I don't want to give anything away, but that was like my favorite action piece of the whole film. The Dora Milaje was dope. They got a lot of shine in this. Great characters, great new characters. And overall, I enjoyed Wakanda Forever, and I'm watching it again. If you want to know the gross, it made $181 million this weekend, over $330 million worldwide opening weekend. So it's looking good so far. We're going to see what kind of legs it has going into the rest of November. It doesn't really have any competition coming out until Avatar 2 comes out. And I'm not excited about Avatar 2. I'll watch it, but I didn't ask for this. So, forget all that. Y'all want to know the smooth jazz review of Wakanda Forever? Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving Black Panther Wakanda Forever 4 saxophones out of 5, man. It's a good time, character-driven, story first, action is secondary, and they introduce a dope, compelling new villain, if you want to call him that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all in, man. Good job, Ryan Coogler and them. Good job, man. And I'll say this. It's the second best Phase 4 Marvel movie so far. I would put Spider-Man above it, and then Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That's when I'm ranking it. And I'm leaving the TV joints out of this because, honestly, the streaming shows, Boom, man. Let's get into the spoiler review real quick. I ain't got a lot of time, so I'm going to make it quick. You know what I'm saying? They open the film. Spoiler alert, so turn this off right now if you haven't seen the movie yet. We open the film. Shuri is trying to work to save T'Challa's life. His health is fading. She in there working hard. He ends up passing away. You know what I'm saying? And, her mom has to tell her this. So, boom. Lost her brother. She already lost her dad. So it's just like, man, come on, man. So that means, Angela Bassett character has to be the queen, the reigning queen of Wakanda. Got to hold it down. So we lost her. Interesting thing is, they kept the funeral private. There's no other Marvel characters showing up at the funeral, which I thought was interesting. Like, nobody would have showed up. They must have really kept that under wraps, compared to the rest of the world. It would have been dope to see the other heroes' reaction to losing T'Challa. Because, that was their friend. They fought together. They died together. They rode together. Bad boys for life. So we see how they navigate through that loss. They jump ahead a year since his passing. And it turns out that they're mining to try to get some vibranium in the ocean, and they're using this tech that was developed by this girl, a young girl, fresh into college, made this tech, and they're using that They find the vibranium down there, but then they come across some people under the water. It's Namor and them. They not having it. They shutting down the studio. They tearing everybody up down there. Try to escape in the helicopter. Think he just spun that mug around. You out of here, man. We not having it. We're not having it. Namor's like, look, if y'all don't leave us alone, we just gonna attack everybody. Don't come over here. I know what y'all do. I've seen it before. You come in here, you violate us for the resources, and then you kill off the people just to get to the resources. That's the history of the world. He knows what time it is, but he's not having it. He's not the one that's just gonna sit here and take it. You ain't just gonna give him a smallpox blanket and call it a goddamn day. He ready for the smoke. That's his whole motive right here. I'm gonna protect my people. Turns out he was born down there. He lived down there, but there's a reason why the rest of his people, their skin is blue. So the reason Namor has his powers and why he doesn't turn blue when he's, up out of the water is that his mother drank some kind of vibranium concoction. You know what I'm saying? It's like a herbal vibranium juice, nectar, if you will. She drank it while she was pregnant with him. And she gave birth to him in the water. So he had these attributes that they didn't really have. You know what I'm saying? He got the pointy ears, you know what I'm saying? Immortality, damn near. Because he's centuries old. He's big old, like mad old. And he got the strength, he got the wings on his ankles, man. He's just out here souped up. That's where you want to be, man. If your mom is pregnant, make sure she drinks the elixir to give you the special abilities. And he's a mutant. That's why he has the wings on his ankles. And the ears, probably, maybe. So, and the strength, perhaps. You know what I'm saying? What did the elixir give him? So the reason they drank the elixir is so they could breathe underwater, because now they're pretty much hiding from what's going on land, because they're getting their whole land exploited. So they just retreating to the water, and so they drank the elixir so they can breathe underwater. But with that, he's a mutant, so he was born with these attributes. And I want to know who his dad was. Who was Pops, man? There's some strong sperm coming up in here. Who is his dad? What's going on? I can't remember old girl's name. Riri. Okay. So the girl that made the tech that they used to find the vibranium in the ocean, her name is Riri Williams from Chicago. She had the Chicago flag in her dorm room. She had the Chicago Bulls on her bed. I was like, yeah, I'm with this girl. She's a genius. She can just build shit. This is what she does. She's on Tony Stark level building stuff. And she built it just on a whim. It was just like a little blueprint that she just put together with scraps. And they were like, yo, we can really use this to mine this vibranium. And so Namor wants to kill this girl because it's like whoever is responsible for building this weaponry, they must die. The Wakandans are like, yo, we can't let her just get killed for this. So they go to try to intercept her before she's caught by Namor and them. And so they go to the campus. Shuri and Okoye go to intercept this girl before it's too late. She's working with the government, but not really, you know what I mean? And so it's like a race to get her before everybody shows up. They show up, they go to the dorm room, they tell her what's going on. They trying to kill you, you know what I'm saying? You need to come with us. But no, you know what I'm saying? She ends up going with them. The CIA surrounds the building. And then when they trying to escape, Namor and his crew roll up. Exciting action on that bridge. Okoye trying to hold it down as best she can, going one on four by herself. It's a great scene. It's my favorite action sequence in the movie. Okoye is my favorite character still. She's the general. She's all about Wakanda. In that battle, Shuri and Riri end up getting captured by Namor and his crew. And so when she goes back to Wakanda, she's looked at as a failure by the queen. It's like, yo, you told me I could trust you with my daughter. You come back without her, I'm demoting you. You're fired. You know what I'm saying? She lost her generalship. And that scene, it really hit. And I was like, I felt it. Because, she turned her back on her husband for Wakanda and the throne to stay loyal. Remember that in the first one? She was like, nah, man, I'm not selling out, man. You my husband and all, but I'm staying true. And I was like, so that lets you know she is dedicated. And she didn't want to lose her job and her status. So that happened. So Shuri is kidnapped by Namor, and she's just like, yo, let me tell you how we get down. Let me show you how we living down here. And he was cool. He was just like, this is why this girl must die. Let me show you what it's all about. And Shuri's like, yo, we can't let you do this. We can't let you just kill this girl. I just won't allow it. So they're making a stand as Wakandas to protect this girl at all costs. And Namor's like, no, fight with us. And we can take down these land dwellers. If we unite as one, we can do this. Like, nah, we're not about that. So they both stood firm. And so pretty much they had to escape. And at this point, Wakanda's kind of desperate. So meanwhile, they're trying to synthesize a new herb for the flower. Because remember, Killmonger destroyed all that stuff in the first one. So they're trying to synthesize a new herb so they can get a new Black Panther. And they need to also get Shuri back from Namor's clutches. So the Queen goes to recruit. So they go to recruit Nakia, who's played by Lupita. And, she's a stealth spy. She can just get up in there. And so they recruit her to go up in there undercover to try to get up in there to save Shuri. And she does. She pulls it off. And with that, they kill 2 of Namor's peoples to do it. So now the war is on. He's like, all right, I done told y'all, now I'm gonna invade Wakanda. They invade Wakanda, it's gonna be water everywhere, it's going down. The Wakandas were not ready for this attack. They're trying to hold it together. M'Baku is doing the best he can, but that's how they find out how strong and how powerful Namor is. He can fly, super strong, hard to kill. So they just like, yo, they were not ready for this assault. In the battle, they lose the Queen, Angela Bassett. She saves Riri's life on the way out, ends up drowning in the battle. So now Shuri just lost her mother. She already lost her brother. She already lost her dad. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. How much loss we got to deal with as a character? So, and Nam was like, all right, you saw what I'm capable of. You don't want none of this. I'm coming back. So the Wakanda's like, all right, let's set a trap. Let's set a trap. Let's get them away from Wakanda to get them to come here. We'll make it look like we're down there drilling again to get them to come and attack us. And then we just make a stand right then and there. That way we can draw Namor out, to draw him away from the water, to dry him out, to make him weaker so that we can, take him down, kill him, or whatever we got to do. Because at this point, revenge. Shuri is like, man, let's kill this cat. My mom is dead. My brother's dead. My dad is dead. Let's kill this cat. Why not? So they do this elaborate plan. The battle is on. Riri built a nice little battle armor suit. She kind of reminded me of like some anime, the way her suit looked. Gundam, is that what she kind of looked like in that suit? That's what it made me think of. So now the Wakandans are battling the people of Telocan, which is the name of Namor's kingdom, and they're fighting. It's going down. They successfully lure Namor away and get him into the Black Panther aircraft, and they dry him out a little bit so he can be, dealt with. Before all of this, though, Shuri successfully synthesizes the herb to give her the Black Panther ability, and she decides to go through it and take the herb, and she goes into, the realm to talk to the ancestors, and she talked to Killmonger. Killmonger is who she encountered in the realm. And it was just like, you would expect, T'Challa, maybe her mom, because her mom had just passed. It was Killmonger, because she is in revenge mode now. Like she got a score to settle. She's angry. And so deep down, she asks for him. And so he lets her know, like, listen, man, I mean, you kind of on my wave now. You got to go through with this. But at her core, it's not who she really is. So now it comes to a point where she is the new Black Panther. Well, who is she going to be? Is she going to stay true to herself, or is she going to lean towards revenge and vengeance and, all of that stuff? So we find out in the battle when her and Namor have a one-on-one on the beach. We find out where she's going to stand, and she ends up defeating Namor and has him dead to rights. But she like, you know what? Nah, man. I'm gonna let you live, player. Just remember that. I'm gonna let you live, player. I'm not gonna give in to the vengeance, even though I could. You killed my mama. You killed my mama. Not directly, but directly. You killed my mama, low key. I could kill you right now, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm better than that. So she made that decision, kind of like how her brother did in Civil War. He did all that to get Baron Zemo. And then when he has Zemo dead to rights, he could have killed him. He didn't. And he didn't even let Baron Zemo kill himself. That says a lot about the family, man. It's a good family we're dealing with here. The film did a really good job of character development. And now the mid-credit, post-credit scene, mid-credit, was absolutely incredible. So now, you know, Shuri finally hit a place where she truly took in the loss of her brother and truly mourned and sat in those feelings. Didn't try to distract herself with work. She just sat, burned the clothes, and that was a moment of just like taking it in, taking those waves. And I was like, I see what she's doing right here. And while she was doing that, Nakia rose up with her son, whose dad is T'Challa. And the boy's name is T'Challa. She finds out that she has a nephew, and his name is T'Challa. That post-credit scene was fantastic. It was just absolutely fantastic. It was heartwarming. It was touching, and it was like, I see what y'all did here. T'Challa has been recast, reborn, and they did it in a way that was just beautiful and moving, and it was just like, that's genius. So kudos to them for that. I'm gonna go watch it again and get a better understanding of it, see where I stand with it. You know, when you do the repeat viewing. So my grade may go up or down, depending on the second viewing. It's 3 hours though, so I gotta have time to do it. Anyway, that's my review of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. What did you think of the movie? Did you like it? How'd you like it compared to the first one? And where do you rank this movie in the Phase 4 canon? How do you rank it? I rank it second best out of the Phase 4 movies, underneath Spider-Man: Far From Home, No Way Home. But let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Also, who's your favorite character in this? Mine is Okoye still. I want to know. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.